The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Watch your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny, but funny.
Welcome back to the best no judgment zone space in the world, because neither one of us have any law degrees. I am Marvelous.
And I'm Andrew Josephs. I gotta give you the government name because I'm free. I have a wife and she doesn't beat me.
Yes, fuck.
Not your average Joseph. Here in the flesh.
We are the Podical
We are the
Sons.
Podical Sons.
Let's start this show. Holy. Yo. Whoa. You know what?
We'll circle back?
We'll circle back.
We'll circle back.
Because it's so funny and stuff, too. Because, like, even the question that I had polled Monday before this Johnny Depp shit happened. Yeah. And it was looking like, oh! Somebody's looking like, yo, you knew Johnny Depp was going on stand-up? Like, no. I did not.
Nah.
I did not.
It's just the universe. The universe speaking, man.
Universe
speaking through the suns. That's what it was.
Man. Like, comment, subscribe.
All of that.
All of the above.
All of that.
All streaming platforms possible. You can see us on YouTube. Go to YouTube, Podical Sons. Click the subscribe. And you can welcome and see the rest of the nonsense.
That's it.
To the folks and stuff that at home enjoy us, download us, welcome us. We don't bear you no harm. We just give you a little thoughts. We give you a little smiles.
That's it. That's all. That's what we're good for.
We can get into some things. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm actually feeling good.
You feel good enough to give the government name. Shit, you must feel good.
You always feel that.
I don't got no hiccups this week.
You got no hiccups this week?
3 fucking days.
3 days straight.
3 days of hiccups.
And you know, I've heard about chronic hiccuping before, but I've never knew somebody who's
I am your proof. Yeah, with the wisdom tooth extraction.
Right.
The anesthetic. They said some people and stuff with the anesthetic, it would get a few people. So basically, it might happen from 3 to 6 days. So I was thinking, like, if I'm that I should be tall as shit.
Yeah, it's right.
To be 5'10".
I
go anywhere in my booth thing and stuff. She see me and they'd be like, oh, that boy, he tall. He taller than what he look like on YouTube. You're damn right.
Right. I hiccuped my way here.
What? I put in time for that. It was ridiculous, man. Off and on hiccups from Saturday to Tuesday. And you know what the funny thing too? Why I ended up stopping the Tuesday? Because they said, like, you know, with the extraction, they're like, hey, there's no smoking.
No smoking.
There's no smoking. So
right.
I was like, okay, fair.
Yeah.
So they said it's no smoking for like 2 to 3 days. So
right.
they said, if you're going to time it from when the extraction was done.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So on that day, I went back to work. But I'm like, you know what? When I get home and I'm settled in for the night, let's call it a day. Whatever. Same like we were talking about and stuff and everything.
Right,
it was you.
Right.
That's why I was laughing. I was thinking about you and everything. You're like, maybe the weed will help you. I'm like, yeah, you're talking shit. Nah. And everything. And it was like, had a little session. And then I'm just chilling. I'm like, the hiccups are gone.
It's gone.
We cured the hiccups. I was like, I lost my mind.
We done everything. We for everything.
Everything. And I was like, fuck a 420. Let's talk about 419. How I was curing my hiccups. But survived and made it. So, like, that was a blessing in its damn self. So I'm here. No hiccups. We here. All right, let's get to the polls, and then I guess we can
jump right in.
Talk about Johnny. All right. So
I'm trying to figure out maybe a Dear John shirt.
Yeah, free will.
We got a free will and a Dear John shirt.
Dear John.
And
then put a space like knee at the end of Dear John knee.
or a picture of a knee.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That could work too. Let's talk about these polls. First poll, Monday. Not Johnny Depp planned. True or false? Men today are more empathetic than women. And what would you have put?
I would have put true.
You'd have put true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I said true too.
You said true too.
But then when it came to the votes, women won. No, I don't say the women. I don't want to say the women. I'm not doing that to y'all.
You're not doing that.
Don't come for me, queens. But the percentage was more false. 61% said false.
61% said false.
So I'll tell you the reason why it came up and stuff. So, you know me, do my soup kitchen dance and everything, like Easter Sunday and all the above. And I was talking to some of my female friends that were there.
Right.
So I'm having a conversation with them and stuff. I'm like, yo, I asked one about a particular guy.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh, I haven't seen such and such around, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, had to cancel. Like, she said it like Nino Brown in fucking New Jack City. Had to cancel that bitch. I was like, I thought it was wild when Wesley said it in the movie.
Yeah.
He's like, cancel that bitch. But then like a woman saying it about a man?
Right.
Then calling the man a bitch at the process?
Right.
So I was looking like,
so he do.
Right. Something's not right.
Something's not right.
Something ain't right. So I'm like, yo, the dynamic has really shifted.
Yeah.
You know, salute to Ben. You know, Ben and I, we talked and stuff like some other friends and guy friends and I talked and everything. And I feel like the women today are more thugged out per se. I mean, I always use first saying the wrong way, but I like it. But they're hardened. Cause like, you know, nature, nurture type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't feel like the women are that much nurturing anymore, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the collective of women that was there at the volunteering thing when we were done and wrapping up, they're looking like, some of you guys act like more right women than us. And I was like, I thought you guys wanted an emotional guy.
Right.
This is not what you guys were complaining about like a decade ago?
Yeah.
Oh, my man doesn't speak. He doesn't share his feelings. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what they expect to happen after years of emasculation. I don't know.
Straight man have no rights.
I don't know what they expected. Yo, I don't know if you've ever seen this Flintstone episode.
Okay.
Where he's sitting in the couch and things are being said to him, and every time they say something, he starts to shrink.
Fred.
Yeah. Shrink and get smaller and smaller and smaller until he look like a little pea sitting in the chair.
No, I didn't see that one.
Bro, if there's ever an example of being emasculated and what it does to a man, that is it.
I'm gonna go.
See if you can Google that one, because that is a perfect example.
Wow. That's crucial.
Yeah.
That's crucial. Because Flintstones, what, 60s, 70s?
Right. So from back then.
And I thought that, one would have thought that would have been more of a man's world.
Right.
Because I remember like certain things like honeymooners and stuff.
Which is what the Flintstones was loosely based on. Right.
One of these days, Alice, pow, to the moon.
Right.
But then you have Flintstones on the other side and stuff, whatever, getting cut down by his woman. Yikes.
Well, I don't know if it's a woman that was cut. I can't remember, but just the example was there of him being, emasculated.
Okay, so can a man emasculate another man?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
See,
well, I mean, if you're talking to him like he's not a man,
that's a valid point. See, I wouldn't really put it in that at first, but I'm hearing what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because I look at it stuff as where it's kind of like, let's say the N-word.
Right.
Right? Not saying this is that relatable, but I'm saying the stuff is that I'm comfortable with another black person saying the N-word over a non-black person.
Right.
So if a man is saying some things and stuff for like, I had like, there's other men and stuff or guys. I remember one time my father and stuff said this to me one day.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is my, I showed him like whatever girl he see me with. I'm like, this is my girlfriend or whatever. He's like, you only have one? So I was like, yeah. And he's like, are you gay? I was like, I'm gay because I only have one. He's like, you're supposed to have at least three.
At least three.
So I was looking like, I didn't take that as like he's emasculating me.
Right.
I just look at this stuff as like, you're part of my ilk. So you're allowed to say it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you're not part of my ilk and then you want to be like, nah, you're breaking down. You're breaking down. I don't think like a trans woman who used to be a man is now a woman can say some stuff like that to me. I'd be like, first of all, you're emasculating me.
Right.
Because you switched.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, they can't. But if another man's to say it to me, I wouldn't feel that type of way.
Think about, okay, let me give you the scenario. You're with your boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And your boys looking at they looking to do something, but you're looking at what they're looking to do as something that you shouldn't be doing.
Okay.
Right? So you say, nah, I ain't gonna be a part of that. And they turn around and say, yo, stop being a little bitch. What is that?
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I guess, yeah.
Yeah, you can be emasculated by another man.
Yeah, I can see it. I see it.
But I mean, it's a woman's world out there. They look like they be shooting.
And they don't.
Nah.
They not out here shooting. They out here cutting off fingers. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Yo.
So the polls was
61%. 61%.
Mm-hmm.
61% said no. False. Women are more empathetic than men. Because they said men are not more empathetic than women.
But going back to what you were saying before, when you say, you're thinking like the modern woman is more thugged out. You know, a lot of women that I've ran into with that type of attitude were most likely didn't have any children.
Interesting.
But the ones who I have ran into that, the attitude is not like that, they've had children. So I'm wondering now if it's that motherly bond that's kind of now saying, hey, you know what? I know you're thugged out, but your child is going to need something. Your child is going to need somebody who's loving and caring, right? So you gotta put that hardness to the side and be a nurturer to this child.
So I think a good portion of the time, I think that does tend to come out.
Yeah.
But not too much. Because I feel like, I guess either the I want to say like, either the zeitgeist or like the flow of time.
Right.
I feel like those women who even are mothers, they will get softer just for the child.
Right.
So if they're single moms, it'll just be pertain to the child. Right. I think when it comes to like the single mom dating, I don't think it might be there.
Right. Yeah. No.
So
I agree. I agree.
I think it'll exit because it's kind of like I have enough empathy for my offspring.
Yes.
Because this is he or she is part of me.
Right.
He or she is part of me. So I have enough empathy for you, but I don't have too much empathy
for that
stuff
no good nigga.
For that, yeah. It's like I feel like some women and stuff I've seen is just kind of like automatically like standoffish.
Yeah.
And like, did men and the collective do something and stuff? Yes. Hear me out.
Okay.
I don't feel like the men are fully to blame for that because you teach me how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
So my thing is stuff if that this doesn't look good, this doesn't feel good, why are you condoning it?
Right.
So if you don't like how this guy is coming off to you or this person how they're appreciating not appreciating you, send him back to the wolves. Send him back to the highway.
To the highway.
Send him back to the highway.
He's a highwayman.
He's a highwayman.
He's a highwayman.
I just feel like a fucking Top Boy thing. Yo, he's a highwayman, mate.
He's a highwayman, mate.
Yeah. So I feel like that's where the disconnect and stuff happens, where they should just say, hey, you know what? Companionship is the goal.
Yes.
Your kids are going to be gone. Empty nest.
Yeah.
One day you're going to have an empty nest.
Right.
You have your kids, and one day you're going to be empty nest.
Right.
Same thing with my son.
Yeah.
And it's going to be me and my woman.
Right.
Right? So when it comes down to just us two, and it's just you and... Is that when you're going to turn it on? I would hope and stuff that it turns on and stuff, whatever, sooner. But then granted, I feel like with men, this is just my theory.
Yeah.
The sun science. Don't love me, understand me. And women don't understand me, love me. That's the paradox.
Yeah, because I don't think I'll ever be able to understand.
Right. So that's
I'm just gonna have to love you.
And that's the paradox and stuff like that, whatever, right? Because you'll be like, get out of my face. All right, get out of the face, and I'm about to leave. Where are you going?
So
get out of your face. Like, I don't understand. Yeah. No, you just do the complete opposite. She-Hulk smash. And be like, to a dude, he's looking like he like most dudes, they just want to be understood.
Yeah.
Be like, yo, I'm going with my boys. I'm not doing cheating, wild shit like you're thinking. I'm just going
Yeah.
out with my peoples and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So I think they're more looking for the understanding aspect. And I think because we're already kind of equipped with the understanding aspect, when we meet like these so-called thugged out women,
Right.
or these kind of women who are not so, I want to say nurturing,
Yeah.
or
Aggressive women.
aggressive.
Yeah.
When they're like that, it's kind of like, oh, we already have a disposition and stuff like, okay, this went somewhere, it went south some space, shape, or form.
Yeah.
But we can deal. Like I feel like a guy and stuff, whatever, like a modern guy, can kind of deal with it.
But because he understands what's happening.
Because the understanding
He understands
is
what's
there.
happening, right? Yeah.
The understanding of stuff is there. But I think if it's the opposite of stuff, women be like, I don't get fucking men. Men are fucking stupid. Again, I've never heard one of my gay friends say men are trash.
Bro.
Only women.
Bro, you know what the fuck? You just touched upon something that I didn't think about earlier when we were in the car with the whole Johnny discussion. But when we reached there, what you just said makes sense to me now. Because Johnny would be that old school man.
Yeah.
Right? And the age that, you know what I mean, she gonna be that thugged out new school woman.
Yeah, because she's 36.
Right.
April 22nd was her birthday.
Okay.
April 22nd was her birthday. She's a Taurus.
Yeah.
Taurus women are different from Taurus men. Let's just say,
You're
let me look at all cameras.
You're gonna make the distinction?
Uno, dos, tres.
Make the distinction? Taurus women are more bullish? Is that what
Hey, I'm a Taurus. I know bull when I hear it, when I see it. I just know that was some bullshit. Or some human shit. But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. And then, so that's that poll. That's how I feel and stuff about that poll. But, you know,
we're just in tune with the universe. We just had no clue.
No clue.
We
just let analytics speak for itself. But that's part of the reason why that conversation took place, why the Q&A came in my brain and stuff on the Sunday. Because it was the whole women.
Right.
It was 6-on-1. I was the only guy speaking up from our species and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then when I said these things, all the women said they didn't deny it. They just looked at me like, soft ass man. They're like,
so?
They're like,
man up.
They're like, so? Quit being soft. And then one was like, anyways, I don't have time for no emotional man. I need a man to be a man. You right? And I was looking like, what is that?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm a typical man. I just know I'm Marv.
I just know I'm Andrew. And the funny thing is, and I think we've talked about this, the older we get, the more empathetic we get.
Of course.
Yeah, so I don't know if you're going to like me in a few years' time because it ain't going to change.
Man, I mean, I feel like now, I want to say July 10th. That's my son's birthday.
Right.
July 10th, 2017. When he was born, I cried.
Right.
I didn't understand myself why I cried.
Okay.
Because I was like, he's still moving and like before he was born and everything like that, whatever. He moved earlier that morning. I'm like, you getting evicted today, buddy.
Right, yeah.
So it was all good. So I knew he was well and all the above. Just had to see him and stuff and everything like that.
Yeah.
And when he came out, I cried. And I looked and stuff and I was saying to myself, I'm like, huh. And I realized that this kid is now the chink in my armor. Where I thought most things wouldn't get to me, wouldn't affect me.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and stuff, I'm like, he comes first.
Yeah.
He is priority in my world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm always going to live and survive and stuff out here. I need to make sure he is good.
Right.
At all times.
Right.
Right? I think as a proper parent, I don't want to, there's no rule book to being a parent.
Nah.
But in my world, that's how it's cut out.
I think that's the natural instinct.
Okay. So that's,
you know what I mean? Like that's like you know what I mean? You're looking at as the extension of you, right?
Right.
And at some point, you're gonna fade into the sunset, but he's gonna carry on, right? So as much as you can possibly feed into him, it starts now.
Right.
It starts now. So your whole mindset changes.
So I want to say like before, I can watch one of those, I guess like a World Vision commercial.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even flinch.
Yeah.
I'll probably even change the channel and shit like, help feed young Israel.
Yeah.
He is starving, but his parents, I'm like, damn, big homie. Change. I wouldn't even
You wouldn't even flinch.
Fuck, the commercial came out after my son was born. Look like, God, why would they let him starve? It's the same commercial. Is he still starving? I got emotional.
Listen, man. Some shit I can't watch because I'll be waterworks, bro.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, the hell's wrong with me?
So
I never used to be like this before.
Right. And the same thing what I was saying to myself. So I recall, I was having a conversation with a woman. Somebody said every story I have starts with So I had a conversation with a woman that was seen at the time.
Right.
And what she was saying and stuff, she's like, she would like her man to share his feelings. How he was feeling, his emotions and everything like that. Vulnerability takes courage. And I agree with that. I'm like, all right, cool. And then one day we're having another conversation and stuff. Like she said, let's say she said that, say day 2.
Right.
Right? Let's say like day 8 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
She was saying, she's like, yo, you share too much information. So I was looking like, Pepper, you didn't say this a week ago. It was all good just a week ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, what? I was like, I ain't fucking with this.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't think you guys really like, women. Like, and I'm not speaking like I said, I would love to have a woman here.
Right.
But I don't feel like it's a collective thing. But some women, I guess they're still probably used to that hardened man, that hard-boiled type of man. But that hard-boiled type of man was, let's say, in any case, he was born before the 90s.
Okay.
So it's more likely you'll run into them if they're before the 90s.
Right.
If they're born after the 90s, well, we'll start putting more feelings and caring and Sesame Street and all those extra things and stuff, whatever. That dynamic will shift for any man.
Yeah. Yeah.
For any boy transitioning into a man, he's at least a little softer in like some aspects and everything, especially like with pop culture.
Do you think women who grew up in a single parenthood home with just their mom, that plays a part of it? They've never seen, again, because we're seeing, as a man, when you have a child, regardless boy or girl, your whole dynamic shifts, it changes. Right. You become more empathetic, right, towards your children. But if you've never had a father around to witness that, right, and then your mom only date these thug men,
mimicry is real. The mimicry effect.
The mimicry effect is real. So, like, I'm looking at it as these are some of the things that set those conditions. Yeah,
but it doesn't. I don't want to say it doesn't determine all.
No, it doesn't determine all.
It doesn't determine all. And I look at like, this is where individuality kind of kicks in. So you have these odds stacked against you. Like you're not going to win.
Right.
But then individuality will kind of like, if this is the start line, it will kind of give you maybe a few steps ahead for you to have a better chance to succeed in your parental dance. I was raised by a single mom.
Right.
Right. And my whole thing and stuff is that I don't want to be in a situation and stuff where if I'm going to produce a child, it's a single mom situation and stuff that happened again.
Right.
Right. I didn't want that, no space, shape, or form. This is why I'm so active in playing my part.
Right.
And playing in my positions.
Right.
PTA meetings and all the above.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Because I want to say when I was younger, my mom and stuff wasn't, I want to say, she didn't have the privilege or the opportunity to think, I got to work.
Yeah.
I got to provide for you.
Yeah.
So I can't go to every type of event, every other school thing, everything and stuff, whatever, because it's just me.
Yeah.
So I got to make shit pop.
Yeah.
So I look at it stuff where, as now going from boy to a man, I want to make sure I'm there and I'm present and I'm helping. So therefore, if like my son and my son's mother,
right,
like we're not like, they live one place and I live one place,
right,
but there's not an event or anything that I don't know or I'm not part of.
Right, right.
So I made that.
You're still doing.
I played that part. I didn't see it,
right,
but I made that effort and stuff, whatever. So the individuality accountability has to come in.
It has to come in.
So if you look at the stuff where say if I came in a world where I had a situation where my mom would say, you ain't gonna be shit like your father and everything like that, or blah, blah, blah. And my mom wasn't like that.
Right.
But if it was something like that, and I was a lesser person, that might shape me.
Right.
And I might look at stuff as like, if I get a chick pregnant, I see my mother do it by her damn self. Why can't you do it by yourself? But I have my individuality and my accountability thing. Stuff is like, yo, okay, why repeat the cycle or break the chain?
Yeah.
And this is where I stand.
Yeah.
This is good, actually.
This is good.
This is good. This is.
We like we like when just normal conversation just turns into like a mini therapy session.
Yeah. You know, little therapy, little thing. All right. Next poll was: would you rather be known for being kind or being nice? And that was in the 90s, and I was actually shocked.
Wow. Well, so the 90s, which way?
Kind. 94% said they'd rather be kind than nice. Right? And that's dope. I just don't buy it. And it's not a judgment type of thing. It's a situation where we have so many people, they want to present this nice aspect.
Right.
And I feel like the nice aspect and stuff tends to exhume before they're kind.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I look at Bill Gates the other day, right? Bill Gates, pre-COVID, his philanthropy has always been through the roof.
Yeah.
He looks like a different kind of individual. His thought process, to me, my perception, is that he actually does give a damn. About the world and certain things and stuff and everything. And so he's just in this kind of different luxury space to operate. So where he tries to make sure some things and stuff kind of work well for him. Now, pre-pandemic. During pandemic, when the whole thing about like vaccines came up, he became a social pariah. Because he's looking like, oh, he want to use black people for experiments. Whatever, right? But I'm looking like, he's been on philanthropy and he's been calling out virus shit, whatever. Like, we're due for a pandemic from way back when. So I'm not saying he planned it, but I'm looking like he's still kind enough to throw the money up and say like, yo, whatever happens, we're here to throw money to make this shit happen. Kind. But people look like he not nice. For saying, he's like, yo, there's African people and everything. And I get it. And I get it from both sides. From both sides, I look at stuff, I'm looking like, I'm like, why you choose Africa first?
And that's one of the things, right? It's like, when you're at that level, it's hard to look good when everybody expects somebody at that level to be evil.
Yes.
You see what I'm getting at? It's like, it's like they feel like you can't get at that level with just being good. At some stage in your life, you have to do some underhandedness.
It's like the funny thing with Bezos, we laughed about it. We said on one of the episodes and shit where when Amazon was on fire. Remember when Amazon was on fire? I'm looking like, how you name your company Amazon and you only give less than $1 million to the Amazon. You have billions. And I was looking, I was like, yeah, that's some evil shit I expect from a, like, you know. Yeah, like a Lex Luthor type anyway. He's bald-headed and rich like him.
And that's like how, that's the perception that we get, right? And it's like, you and it's exactly what you say. Like, there's things that happen in the background that we don't see. We may never see. Right. And it's just the case. But then again, and again, like when you're at that level, people look at it as, well, they're gonna do it because the other alternative is being taxed and losing all their money. Right? It's like, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
God's plan. Yes, man.
But I mean, Bill, we mentioned you a couple times. We're a good podcast. So, I mean, if you want to cut a check and be kind.
Be kind.
Be kind, man. Be kind, Bill.
Be kind. What's a mill to you?
It's nice.
What's a mill?
Nothing off your back, man.
Nothing. It's nothing.
Or do we go to Melinda?
I don't know. I think I got a better chance with Bill. Because men are more empathetic today.
That's what I said. I love when I throw those alley-oops and Marvin's at the rim.
That's it. That's it. Okay, so let's talk Johnny.
All right.
Salute to Johnny Depp. Stay strong.
Yeah, man. Listen,
Tell me how does Johnny
beautiful actor.
Tell me how does Johnny Depp situation affect you? Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Tell me how this.
Because I didn't even know that there was a trial going on, to be quite honest. So when so when things started popping up, I'm like, yo, why Johnny sitting in the courtroom, right? And I think the first thing I seen was the post where he was listening back to the audio,
right?
And I'm just saying, and I'm looking at Johnny's face, and I'm like, because you know, when people go to trial, they want odds in their favors. They get the acting. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
They get the acting.
Absolutely.
But when I was looking at his face, I was like, nah, there's something there that it seems to be deep rooted. And then I was like, but yo, this is Johnny. Like I wouldn't expect it, or wouldn't suspect it, I should say, just from how he carries on. Right? And then I was like, that really goes to show you like how we suffer in silence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why we suffer in silence, because we're men and we feel like there's no place for us to show our emotions. And here we are talking about empathy. Right? So when we get to the point where we are empathetic, we are, in a situation where we still feel like, no, we gotta be man. Like I'm saying, like I'll be sitting in front of the TV, something sad come on, my eye be starting to water. I'm like, real quick, 'cause I don't want nobody to see those watering tears.
Right.
Right? When I shouldn't be ashamed of me having empathy and my eyes watering at something that touches my soul. I shouldn't be ashamed of that.
Absolutely, you should not be.
Right? So just looking at that, and I'm saying, wow, how hard is it for men who have to bottle their emotions and not show it at all? And I'm looking at this guy and I was like, bro, you did well, because I did not. I couldn't look at you and tell you that you were a battered man.
I feel the same way. I look at it where, so their marriage was short.
Okay.
Their marriage was like 2 years.
Okay.
Right? And before everything started winding down, you heard these accusations and everything. So I remember Charlie Sheen and Denise Richards.
Right.
When they were divorcing, she said that he molested their child and he was like doing the most and all that type of stuff.
Right.
And he never issued a lawsuit of defamation for character.
Okay.
Right. He just said it's not true.
Right.
And I was like, there has to be kind of examples made so it set a precedent.
Right.
And I was like, damn, I thought back about that Charlie Sheen situation and stuff. I'm like, had he sued Denise Richards, I don't think Amber Heard or anybody else like along the way would have been on some shit like this. Whatever, right? I think the audio stuff did kind of get me. Yeah. Because I looked at it stuff as where, like I was saying it earlier. I was like, I was in a situation and stuff. I worked at another hospital. Yeah. Right? And
you had a conversation with another woman?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes. Okay. Got me feel like Johnny Depp on stand now. Yes. And so I had this cologne. This cologne's slapping. Yeah. They cut the check, I'll tell you. Cut the check, I'll tell you. So with this cologne now, it smells like pineapple. Like a fragrancy kind of pineapple kind of smell, like sweet and all the above. Yeah. Right? So it's that woman, she's an older woman, and there's another woman and stuff, whatever, there too at the time. So older woman, she says to me and stuff, she's like, that cologne smells amazing. She's like, you smell delicious. Okay. So I'm like, appreciate it. I'm married now. Yeah. Right? So I appreciate it and stuff like that. So I'm like, she's like, what's the name of that? Whatever. I'm like, I can't, my wife won't be too fond if I tell you the name where her boo thing is wearing and shit like that, right? Yeah. So I'm here and I'm about to walk this way woman is right here, and the other side, the other woman who was like close by, she's like on this side.
Okay.
So when I'm getting ready to walk away and stuff, because like a little stop, talk, and then walk away.
Yeah, keep moving. Yeah.
The older woman, she bit my arm. So she Shark Week. She leaned in, and she bit my arm and stuff like a little.
See if you taste it like how you smell.
Right. And fucking exactly. So I'm looking like, I was like, what the fuck you bite me for? Right?
Yeah.
She's like, I want to see if you taste as good as you smell.
Yeah.
Right? So then other women and stuff, she's just nodding her like, she's just laughing, just chuckle to herself. So I'm like, but if this was the other way around, that's sexual harassment.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? That's sexual harassment. And then both of them said, but you're a man. No one's going to believe you. And I had to suffer in silence.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was looking at it, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, that ain't right, man. So I kept my mouth shut, but I was telling one of my boys, he's like, that's fucked up. That's the shit that women do and stuff like that, whatever. Right? And I was like, this is crazy. And then I remember there's another coworker and stuff at my current hospital.
Okay.
Another coworker and stuff like that. She's getting ready to retire. And she's like, give me a hug and everything like that. So I gave her a hug, like, we'll miss you and everything like that. You're dodging. It was right before COVID.
Okay.
So I was like, you're dipping out of stuff, whatever, before the 2020, whatever, right? She's like, yeah. So then after I gave her a hug, she's like, boom, she grabbed my ass. So she's just like, she cupped it. I don't got no ass like that, whatever. She just kind of cupped it. I felt insecure because I was looking like, she like palmed.
We gonna need more therapy for more.
You're damn right. So she palmed and everything. So I'm looking like, yo. I was like, what was that? She's like, well, we're never gonna work together and stuff. Like, I might never see you again. So I might as well. I always wanted to do that. Yeah. But this is my last day. So I was like, that doesn't make it right.
It's my last hurrah. Hurrah! Hurrah!
And I was like, yo, these women out here are wild in these streets, whatever, right? And I was like, I was like, and I thought back from that other situation. That situation was like 2017. I was like,
but the aggressiveness though.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, they wouldn't do it.
They thugged out women now, man.
Right.
They thugging.
They wouldn't do it.
Yo, give me that dick. That's how they talking now. Yo, I seen a video like that. A guy was in the house. I think he's like washing dishes.
Yeah.
She's like, hurry that up so I can come sit on your face. He's like, can you say it a little bit nicer? that's like, oh. For the jugular. So I look and I'm just saying to myself, I'm like, yo, you know what? These things and stuff are real, that a lot of men suffer in silence.
Yeah.
They have to just take these things and stuff to the chin. But in his case, like, yo, you can get blacklisted in the Hollywood world very fast.
Very fast.
She's an actor. He's an actor.
Yes.
If she's putting bad papers on him, that will slow him up. Same thing. That stuff slowed up Charlie Sheen.
Right.
It slowed up Charlie Sheen. When it slowed him up, that's when he issued a defamation lawsuit. When he realized stuff, he's like, how he's not getting roles and stuff like that because he was a movie star. Right. And he had to start doing small screen stuff, whatever. But he's looking like, yeah. She did this to him. It fucked up his career. So Johnny Depp got ahead of it. Yeah. And it's like, no. Enough is enough.
Right.
So remember, they're divorced from 2017. We're in 2022.
Yeah.
So go show you stuff like, what was it? 48 Laws of Power. Reputation is very, very, very hard to build. So easy to destroy.
Easy.
So him building up, what's eating Gilbert Grape from like way back when to the pirate sagas and all this type of stuff. Like Johnny Depp's been out here.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. He's a good actor.
He's been out here, still doing his thing. Yeah. So I'm like, this shit right here will slow up your money and everything. Nah, fight back, jab back. I'm a fan. Not a fan of Amber. She's an attractive woman.
Yeah.
Not gonna take that away from her and everything. I feel like she did help make Aquaman,
right?
That movie, what it is, and all her other movies and stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just feel like the side that we didn't know about her,
right,
was not too friendly, and then I want to say the physical and the mental abuse and everything. And first of all, she jabbed him. She right hooked him twice in his face.
Yeah.
When he was like, I'm going to leave. And she hit him and stuff like that. I wasn't too fond of that. And then after he left, when she dropped a deuce on the damn bed where he sleeps, I was looking at him like,
I'm thinking I'm trying to picture this A-list actor
dropping a deuce on the bed?
squatting over the pillow. That sounds like some movie shit. Like she was practicing for like a role. Like she read the script. Okay.
Shaolin squats.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to just squat over the pillow and just drop a all right, action.
Yeah.
And she just went into character.
She's some kind of character. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I think with the shit thing, first thing came to my head and stuff, I was like, so she beats him and she sits on the pillow. I went back to my toxic kind of ideology. I'm like, yo, that cooch must be fire.
I mean, she's about 20 years younger than him.
I mean,
yes, it is. Like
him being a veteran, he's looking like it don't get no better than this right here.
Than this. She in all the action movies, and I mean,
So I looked at it, I was like, holy, but clearly something is like off. And I want to say the telltale signs. People always try to make it seem like they're prevalent and they're easy to spot. They're only easy to spot when you're not in that relationship.
Yes.
Because when you're in it, it's bliss, happiness, fun. Right. I'm not saying Johnny Depp might not be into dominatrix. I don't know.
We don't know. We don't
know. But from what he put on, if it's turn on acting or not, he's not into that.
Nah.
And he's like,
but I mean, just
you punched me. Shit, I didn't punch you.
I was about to say,
I hit you.
I don't know. I don't know if he gets the sympathy without that audio recording.
No.
Because you can't deny it after hearing it.
But I think the thing is stuff in general.
Yeah.
Is that you do need proof.
Yeah.
You do need proof. Accusations come a dime a dozen.
Right.
So you need proof to back up your claim.
Yeah.
Right? Because I look at it stuff as like, how am I going to be out here and say, this guy's smooth out here donkey punching me and stuff, whatever, when we record the podcast. And every episode or every little moment is flow and go. There's non-violence and everything like that. Until I put up like a recorder in the corner or whatever. You're like, wake your ass up, we about to record. And then it'll be like, yo, I caught on camera, finally. I have my proof.
Yeah.
I want to say, what is it? It's innocent until proven guilty? Not in my world. It's guilty to proven innocent. So she said it to him. She's like, no one's gonna believe you.
Yeah. I wonder if she even knew she didn't know.
She didn't know. But
because the expression on her face when they're playing about the whole tape and shit.
She looked shook. She looked shook.
What?
She looked shook it.
The lawyer looked shook it. Everybody on that side looked shook it.
She looked shook it. She sat there. She's looking like, fuck. And then I think in one of the audios when she was saying about, she's like, but I was on an Ambien. I don't remember what I was saying. Okay, you remember it that way. I don't remember it this way. I was like, a man could never say that. Could never say that. I didn't hit you. First of all, I was hiding them drugs and everything like that. Like, nah, man, I didn't punch you. I just tapped you. Be like, nope. Shackled up, locked up. He's a beater.
Yeah.
The other way around, they're like, we have to have a court case for this. We need to make sure.
Yeah. Gather up all the evidence you possibly can.
So, yeah, it's the proof. The proof is in the pudding, man. Any more you want to say? Please, women, do not hit your men.
Do not hit your men. And men listening out there, if you're being abused, listen. You don't have to take it because you're a man.
Yes. Do not suffer in silence.
Don't.
There's hotlines.
Yeah.
Proper hotlines. Mm-hmm. Not your friends. They might laugh at you.
They're going to laugh at you.
They might laugh at you and everything like that. We, as men, haven't fully evolved to that point where these things are not laughing matters.
Stop being a little bitch. It's like I'm saying, some of your boys is going to look at you like, yo, man up. How many times you heard man up growing up?
Too many.
Right?
That and big boys don't cry.
Yeah.
That and big boys don't cry. So I've heard that so many times and stuff like that where it's kind of like if you're an emotional point, like, yo, you got to tighten up.
You got to tighten up.
Man, I remember I saw, what was it? John Q in movie theater.
Yeah.
And I saw John Q in movie theater and stuff. I was there sitting there And when he was telling his son goodbye, like it was a touching ass scene. He's like, "Where are you going, Dad?" He's like, "Don't matter," because remember he's gonna give his heart. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Damn, this shit hit different." And I just felt like the tears just kind of rolled down my eye, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But because I was there like on a date, I just kind of like, sup?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I didn't want no one to see me cry.
And going back to the example that I gave earlier, I mean, we're so programmed that when it happened to me in the house, nobody was around, but I was so quick to wipe my face,
right?
Just for that simple fact.
All right. So yeah. All right, man. I want to talk about Taye Diggs real quick. I don't even see Taye Diggs that often. Whatever.
I don't myself.
But he pops up every now and then.
Yeah.
I know he had a situation and stuff where they were laughing at him, and they actually black people. He made a statement the other day. I think to Entertainment Tonight, ET.
Yeah.
He was saying that for the longest, our own people, were calling him white boy. They were calling him white boy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were calling him white boy.
See, the only problem that I knew, and I wouldn't necessarily say the black community, but the Caribbean community had, was when Stella got her groove back.
Yeah.
And he had the fake out Jamaican accent.
It sound Irish.
Yeah. I know people were ragging on him for that.
Yeah.
Right? But I mean.
And that was no social media then.
Right. There was no social media.
So multiply this shit by 20. Right? Because in this case, like he's saying that, you know, I never thought my own people and stuff, whatever, kind of called me that. But first and foremost, you take a black person, you grow them up in the burbs or something like that.
Yeah.
They're going to be different from the inner city black folk.
Right.
Your environment plays a hell of a factor in everything.
100%.
So not all black people are supposed to be the same or act the same or look the same.
No.
Right? But it be your own people.
It would.
It be your own people and stuff like that. Where us, we know this, but then some people will still call it out. I remember when I was in middle school, I did the same thing to another dude. And I didn't get reprimanded, but a teacher spoke to me and said, a black teacher, she spoke to me and stuff. She's like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Because you came from Miami. And this kid knows it's Pembroke Pines.
Right.
She's like, she grew up in Miami. The teacher, black teacher, she grew up in Miami, and she's like, "Yo, you and I come from the same neck of the woods.
Yeah.
So you and I would talk the same.
Right.
This guy, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
And she like
he knows what he knows.
Yeah. So like, and she's seen it because she didn't like stop the play and everything like that. It was like a front page thing. She just called me to the side.
Right.
And she just said it and stuff like that. And I looked at it. I was like,
respect teachers like that. Yeah.
I respected that. And I looked at it. I was like, when I was walking out, I was like, she's right.
Yeah.
So I think another day I seen him and stuff like that. Like, or when we had that class again, I seen him again. I'm like, yo, you ever lived in Miami? You ever been to Miami?
Yeah.
The man's like, he went to go visit family and stuff like that, whatever. But no, not really.
Yeah.
And I was like, same thing what she was saying. So I had to really actually take back. I'm like, yo, this guy's black, but he talks like a white kid. But then again, it's not that. He articulates himself very different.
Very different. Right.
Because he comes from a different kind of world that I've come from.
Yeah.
Taye Diggs, when he said that piece, that whole situation came back to me. So my question to you was that, have you ever felt left out by your own people because you don't do the typical things?
No, I think I do everything black.
You do everything black? You think so?
I think so. I
talk to me.
I mean, no, I think I do things that would be considered normal by most black people. I think
comic booking in the hood isn't.
Which what?
Comic book collecting. That's not normal by the blacks.
I used to think that, right? But then when I went to go stay in New York for a while, and I was staying by my cousin in Queens.
Okay.
Right? And he had a friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't say that the friend was thugged out, but he was a typical New Yorker, right? And one day,
bing bong. No, I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead.
And then one day I went over to his house, and he had a massive comic book collection. And you know what, Marv? I take that back. I do take that back. Because the first thing I thought was, oh shit, you're a comic book nerd like me. Because I didn't know anybody.
But
right.
you didn't put the comic book nerd, the connotation.
Yeah, I didn't put that comment. But now that you're making me think about it, yeah, because that would probably be something that and you know why I probably didn't think about it before? Because the kid who gave me the comic books to start me off, he was half black. He was half black, but he lived with his white side of the family.
Gotcha.
Right? So even the stuff that he did, when I look back at it, I probably look at him and say, okay, not necessarily look at him as whitewash, but more in tune with the white side of his family. Right? The kids he hung out with, the people who grew up with, they would have been white. The only time I've seen a black person in his life is like maybe when his father would come by and, and say, what's up? But that was so far and few in between.
Did you go to school with him?
Happened. No, I never went to school with him. Okay. I went to school with his sister, who was just straight white.
Gotcha.
So he was really the only like mixed person in the family. Everybody that surrounded him was white. So again, with that surrounding, I can't expect you to be like, know every hip hop song in the world. You probably know all the rock and roll songs in the world.
Right.
Maybe all the country songs in the world. And I think when it really hit me is like, because again, that whole music background is when I ran into the punk rock group Fishbone.
Okay. I heard of him.
And I was like, yo, one of the lead singers, I don't know if it was the lead singers, but one of the main people in there were black. And I was like, yo, this is so weird to me. But then I remember going up with my mom's friend, her sons. They were totally into punk music. But then they were hanging with the black kids.
See?
So it's so weird. Like again, I would say the comic books would probably be my only experience. But typical nerd shit, I gravitated to. And you don't necessarily find a lot of black people
championing that. They won't
right?
champion that.
So then, I guess that would be for me. But I was never teased about it though.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Which is good, because I feel like, I want to say if you weren't teased about it, it wasn't on front page or known that much.
Right.
Right? Because I remember, okay, so with me and the whole anime thing and stuff, here they had Anime North, right?
Right.
And I remember way back when, a friend and I, a group of us, we used to go. Then it went to like just one particular friend and stuff, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna air you out.
Don't worry.
I'll hold this one.
You're safe.
You safe, whatever. Don't worry. I protect myself. But when we went, they had this thing was a big event.
Okay.
And it got encompassed like Congress Center, Toronto Congress Center, hotels and restaurants and all this type of thing. Is a big thing.
Yeah.
So one of our friends at the time, she used to work at one of the hotels.
Okay.
And when we went in one day, she's like, "Oh shit, you guys with these white people nerd shit?" That's exactly what she said. That's exactly what she said. Right? Wow. And then she's like, like, I saw blank, 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 and Marv. They out here doing some white boy shit. So then I think like another like week or two after that, we were all together and shit like that. And then they were like, you guys are weird. Dog.
So what's up with the white boy shit?
So like, you can't like what you like. They're like, I don't know though. It's all on you, and it's a shun type of thing, right?
And it's funny because, I mean, we share similar passions, right? So I love drawing the same way. I like cartoons and anime, so we've always known that about each other, right?
Right.
And I always kind of pegged this a little bit different because of that, right? But honestly, it wasn't until the advent of social media and the internet that I realized, there's a lot of black people who enjoy anime. But again, it's like, it's exactly how you say it. you get into a position where it's no longer your circle, but it's the world, right? And then once you hit the world, you start to find more like-minded people like you, and then
Absolutely.
you gravitate, and you guys form that group,
Absolutely.
right? But yeah,
Nah,
man, Taye, Taye, you still with us, man. You still you. I gotta give Taye one of those so he feel it,
bro, man.
Why
do you think?
But this is what I'm trying to find out why he felt like that. Like, was there any particular like movie that he did, or he just grew up? How he grew up
in general, though,
Just how
because
he
like
grew
I
up.
want to say even like his social media presence and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
I want to say my demographic that I grew up in,
Yeah.
kind of dictates. I want to say some part of my style,
Right.
right? So I want to say, you know, those boat shoes, like, you know, those, you know,
Yeah.
I kind of dig those.
Yeah.
But I feel like
I had a couple pair.
I feel like it's not like a regular bang, like an everyday kind of,
Right.
or damn it every day when it's warm or the weather is permittable,
Right.
to wear,
Right.
In his world or other people's world like his,
Yeah.
that's a normal shoe.
That's a normal shoe.
Me, a Jordan is a normal shoe in my world, whatever, right? So I want to say my demographic kind of shaped some part of my style and my world.
Yeah.
Is what I'm kind of used to.
Yeah.
So I want to say like, okay, I wear J's. Okay, so today I wear my Kyries.
Right.
My fatigue pants.
Yeah.
And I have my overcoat. I love an overcoat.
Yeah.
Because I feel like an overcoat, or I want to say like a trench.
Not to cut you, but everybody talking how you look good in a sports jacket last weekend.
Oh, bless your heart.
Yeah. Continue.
Yeah. So when I feel like with those things you can kind of, I want to say, put a little je ne sais quoi, like spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So without it, be like, okay, he out here thugging.
Right.
With it, he's like ghetto chic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I'm like, that's my kind of style. He grew up in a different kind of world,
Right.
where his thing and stuff is not, like, I want to say, typical to people like in my world.
Yeah.
So now we're looking at Taye Diggs. I'm looking at his shit like, oh shit, you know, I would probably wear that.
Right.
I might dress up my style and stuff, because I'm trying to elevate as my age goes on.
Yeah.
And somebody else looking like, nah, he a square. That boy looks sus.
Talking about it, you know what comes to my mind?
What's that?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The way Will used to cheese Carlton. Yeah, it's like, it just, that. If there's any example you need, that's it right there. How Will used to treat Carlton.
And the ones that used to laugh how Carlton used to dress are probably dressing like Carlton to this day.
Yeah.
That's the shit.
Yeah.
That's the shit right there. So that's, I'm like, why is it, to me, I'm like, why is it like it's always the hardest when it's coming from your own? Like, I feel like I have a situation where it happened to a relative. He's into different things.
Yeah.
Family, like a family kind of night kind of vibe. They playing some songs and everybody has their karaoke moment and shit like that. You know, so it's kind of like you pick a song, you go at it, you know?
Yeah.
And all the above. And it came to him picking his song.
Yeah.
And he chose more of a rock type of song.
Right.
And everybody and stuff is like sipping alcohol looking like, what the natural fuck just happened? Like, we was expecting like some R&B. And he came around.
Words word for word.
Yeah. They're like, oh, okay. They give like a slow, weird cut, like, okay.
I know the song, but you knew the words
Yeah.
and you did perform it properly.
Yeah, they're like, okay, good job. They're like, don't let that nigga go back on the mic again. You know what I'm saying? And I looked at it, I was like, yo, it hurts when it comes from your own. Like, I want to say family is one thing, but like, some people don't have that sense of belonging, like when it comes to a family type of thing.
Yeah.
And their friends is their family. And it still hurts when it comes from their own.
You know what the funny thing is? There's a lot of fun and great shit that growing up we never did because we considered it white.
Tons.
And I was like, as I got older and realized,
this is people shit. It's not white shit. It's people shit.
It's people shit. A good example of that. When I was in public school, right? Because growing up, you don't really know no color. You know, I mean, you have friends. That's it, right? So when I was in public school, I had my black friends and my white friends and Chinese, Indian. We just hung. We hung together, right?
Double entendre. Oh, I thought you called him Chinese guy hung.
You bastard.
My bad. Continue.
So when they would talk about things like going to the cottage,
Yeah.
I didn't know no black people that did that shit.
So it just in your head,
So just in my head, it
shit.
just defaulted as a white activity. I'm like, nah, black people don't go out and spend time in the woods. That's white shit, right? I've never been to a cottage in my entire life until I was about the age, I want to say, 27, 28.
Wow, that's probably like what 2 decades from that cottage time.
From the cottage time, right?
Yeah.
And how it all ended up was I was working with my boy Agri at the time, and at that time they were doing, before Cassiopeia, had the label called Black Bear. So they were promoting the label by creating a calendar with. They had the eye candy. Remember that? Remember
Candy
that?
girl.
Candy.
Oh shit! Throwback.
So they was like, okay,
We go back far, don't we?
Bro, far.
Holy
bro.
shit! Go ahead.
So we're on our way up. They was like, yeah, we're gonna go shoot it at a cottage. So the at one of Agri's boys, I don't know if it was theirs or if it was their parents, but they had this cottage up by Podical.
I don't even know what that said. I feel like you cursed at me.
Bruh, the first time I heard that word was the first time.
Podical? Okay.
Conch.
As long as there's no cock
Only
in there.
involved.
I'm like, if the only cock I care about is my own, but continue.
So anyway.
Even saying that, most black people say dick.
Yeah.
And Caucasian folks, they say cock.
Cock, yeah.
And if you're a black dude that says cock, you're like, what kind of white shit are you on?
Right.
Continue.
So anyway, so we get out there and I'm there and I'm like, damn, because their cottage backs out into like, it looks like one of those little man-made lakes.
Yeah.
And then it's just like cottages just surrounding the man-made lake, right? And everybody got their little docks. So they're out there, they got their ski-doos, they got their speedboats, and back then Agri had a speedboat. So I was like, yo, this is different shit. But I really didn't get to take it in because we were there working, shooting, making footage for the cameras and stuff like that. So one day Agri's like, yo, you want to go up, just go hang out by the cottage and stuff like that? So I was like, yeah, why not? So one day, there's just me and him that went out there, brought the boat, went out there and just relaxed. I was like, yo, I could really get with this shit. I was like, I didn't understand how peaceful and relaxing this could be. And like, I'm starting to figure myself like, damn, it took me this long to figure out, some white people shit is good for black people.
But that's what I'm saying. I think it shows you the difference between a closed mind and an open mind.
Right.
Because a closed mind, you put it as like, this is their kind of shit.
Yes.
An open mind, look at it as stuff, it's people.
Right.
So when you start looking at it as it's a people kind of thing,
yeah,
your world gets more vast. You allow so many more things to kind of come in and for the betterment or the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
Because now these things are part of your peace.
Right.
So, I mean, a lot of times us as people, we don't really look at the small nuances that come with a situation, like a brand new situation.
Yeah.
Remember, you could be great, you could be safe. You can't be both, right?
Yeah.
So you go do great shit, but it's not going to be safe. You're going to be in your uncomfortable moment, uncomfortable zone, but there might be so much room for to grow.
Yeah.
So I see it, man. I like all the time, certain things, for me, I've always looked up to Pharrell's and the Andre 3000s and stuff like that. And like I want to say, I always told somebody, and so I used to say it for years ago, I always say hip hop is my minister.
Right.
Like I would listen to like Word of God. Probably can't recite too many Bible verses compared to how many song verses I can recite, right? And I always look at it where you have these guys where they're not the typical norm, but when you're into their world or like you're into their music and in their world, you get it.
You get it.
You get it, and you get like a sense of belonging.
Yeah.
Like I always felt like, you listen to certain type of artists and everything,
Right.
and they just give you that kind of vibe, like you know them.
Yeah.
You don't know them, but you know them.
You
Like
know
to
them.
this day, I still feel like Jay-Z's a big brother.
Right.
Jay-Z's a big brother that I've never had.
Right.
Like the coolness, the money, the fame, the lifestyle. And when he's telling you his songs, you're like, it's like you're feeling it.
Yeah.
You're feeling it. You're like popping Ace's face on the weekend. You don't do that. You might drop a card to Ace on the table, but you feel a type of way. And now these people now are bringing you in this kind of world where before it was foreign to you.
Right.
But you opened up
Right.
to learn something new. So now when Jay-Z's lyrics go from big pimping to like therapy, if you're allowing yourself to be open, you're looking like, well, shit, therapy ain't like a woman thing. Therapy ain't a white thing.
No.
It's a betterment for a person thing.
Exactly. And therapy's still a big stigma amongst the Black community. And you consider you weird and white shit if you're going to do therapy.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yo, white people could be quick to tell you about their therapist.
Yeah.
Oh, you should go see my therapist. Ain't no Black people promoting their therapist.
Are you afraid the therapist might leak out some shit about you?
Yeah.
I was recommended by let me tell you, he got problems in himself. Let me see if I can help you with his problems and stuff. But I'd be like, nah, you air me out. I don't fuck with that therapist no more. I want to talk about DJ Envy and his wife, Gia.
Yeah. Damn, this is just a man's abuse episode.
There's a woman's world. Yo.
All right. Let's go.
So DJ Envy and his wife Gia.
Yeah.
They recently dropped a book.
Right.
Don't know if it's for promo purpose. This is how I feel.
Yeah.
Recently dropped a book, and they were in an interview with a Sheru representative.
Okay.
Talking about their book.
Yeah.
And it was about relationships and all the above. And his wife said for 10 years she's faked orgasms.
Right. And I was trying to wonder how that came out. So is that in the book itself, or that just came out in the conversation? Okay.
Yeah, that's in the book and stuff in itself too. So when they're having a discussion about it, he just said, well, they've been together from like, she was 15, he was 16.
Right.
And he's like, he just thought if he came in to just pumping and thrusting and stuff, an orgasm for her would just happen.
Right.
And she said because she just know that she has to hoot and holler and make noise.
Yeah.
She just went with it. Was she orgasm enjoying it? No. But it took them time and years to kind of cultivate and stuff because they're still married to this day and all the above. And it got to this point, right? And I was like, as men, do we know if a woman's faking an orgasm or not?
I think
you might get an Amber Heard. She might act the shit out of some shit. Pun intended.
I think if you're there when she has a real orgasm in the moment, and
some women don't orgasm.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. If you're there and that's what I'm saying. If you're there and you witness like a real orgasm at the moment, you kind of know, right? Like you, as a male, and I guess depending on the women too, right? Like you can feel the convulsing. You can feel like the vulva contracting and expanding and like right. Like there's certain telltale signs that even if she's not vocal about it, the body is telling you.
That's if you're in tune.
That's if you're in tune.
If you're in tune, you know. Because I want to say, let me say this. 16-year-old me having sex was not in tune with shit like that compared to like 36-year-old me.
But 16-year-old me wasn't concerned about her orgasm. So I probably would have never been in tune.
No, 16-year-old me, I wasn't concerned about the orgasm. I was concerned about if I do it right, she'll want to do it again.
Okay.
So that was my...
That was your concern.
That was my concern or whatever. Because if I do it right, because like, by that time, TLC on made songs by like, girls are talking and no 1 minute man.
Yeah.
So, You have some expectations on your own.
There's some
whatever.
expectations happening.
But see, what you're saying and stuff is true, but I want to say you have to be an aware. I want to say an aware person to notice these things.
And again, at 16, 15, how would you ever be aware of that?
Shit. But there's guys and stuff even older than both of us and stuff still thinking they daddy long dick out here and they getting the job done when they actually not. Like I think the funniest thing and stuff in the world was when to me when Kevin Hart had that one stand up and he's like, if your woman before you put her in a position, she's already going into the position.
Yeah.
And she's already like fake calling out some shit like, you want me to turn over? All right, fuck it, I'll turn over. It's yours. What? I didn't say anything. But you're going to say that in the next few minutes. So who pussy is this? And I was like, shit, your ego is not your amigo.
Nah.
Your ego is not your amigo. I looked at that when I was like, yo, this conversation was a turning point. But I was looking at him like, my question to you is that, do you want your woman to at least fake a orgasm for you? All the way to keep it real, or at least like, every now and then. Because she's doing it for us. The women are doing it for us.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She's looking like, all right. Because I always said this. If you're doing the ones and twos, and a woman is like saying like, like, I want you to come in me.
Yeah.
That's her soon. Like, wrap it up. Hurry up.
That's this nigga.
Finish.
Nigga, you taking long.
You coming? Hurry up. I'm bored now, or I'm tired.
You're breaking my concentration.
Yeah. And you're gonna be like, "Ah." So I feel like, to me,
right,
a faking don't hurt nobody. Do you want a constant fake? I honestly want orgasms to happen across the board.
Yes.
I am too old for that shit not to be happening.
Yes.
Right? And if it doesn't happen, I want my woman to come and tell me.
Right.
Man enough, woman enough, whatever. Adult enough. If we're doing adult shit, we should be able to have adult conversations.
Of course.
So I would want to tell me. But I'm not really having my A game like that. Like, I want to say 99, keep it real, 1% lie to me.
Yeah.
Tell me I'm pretty,
Okay.
Because I might have an epic day tomorrow. We talked about sexist therapy a few episodes ago.
Yeah.
These things are confidence boosters.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
It is.
Think about if like you're not getting no kind of action, even with the prostitution thing we talked about. I think it was, yes, he would talk about it. If you're in a situation where you're not getting any sex and you're ill-treated and all the above. Right? You have no partner and anything like that. But if you can pay for a prostitute or go to set place and get this kind of stress relief and everything, even if it's not real, it still does you wonders.
Yes.
Because even the guys the Johns who go to the prostitutes and everything like that, they're not expecting, I hope they're not expecting a full girlfriend experience.
I hope not.
Like, the legs up as she's caressing his face like, it's yours.
And she gonna give you the most bullshit talk to.
Exactly.
Because she wants you to hurry up and finish. Time is money.
And figuratively, literally, too. So, like, I would take a fake one. I would take a lie.
I would take a fake one.
Yeah.
But just don't ever admit that to me.
Yes.
Keep me with that
in the dark.
That you're for feeling that I put you there.
It's in the dark.
Yeah. Because once you let me know that, okay, that last time, I kind of just
everything is shot.
Yeah, because now you're in your head. You're in your head and you're like, well, if she did it the last time, how many times before that?
Right. That.
So that's what
you're right. So that's
don't
what
let
I'm saying.
Me know. Don't let me know.
I don't wanna know. If you're faking it, keep it on the low. Yeah, because my heart can't take it anymore. Because no, you're right. You're absolutely right. Because the moment she says that, you're looking like, well, how many ones did you really fake?
Right.
And then you start thinking about like when she probably had some real ones.
Yeah.
And we're looking like, you fake. She's like, no, I didn't fake it. If that one was real, be like, your lying ass.
Really?
With your lying
I mean, I thought the last one was real.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. lie to me.
That's what I'm saying. I don't mind you to listen. If you feel like, I had a rough day, it didn't get to where it's supposed to go, and you listen, you still want to give me some encouragement, yeah. And then just let me believe.
Yeah.
Just let me believe, man.
Yeah. Boost my confidence.
But to make it come out in a book? Because once it's
people
out
do
the
anything
book,
for sales now. You're gonna toss up your marriage.
Yeah.
You're gonna toss up your marriage to get a sale.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's the part that kind of it fucked up my emotion. Cause I was like, so we're doing this to promote the book. This is a us problem,
right?
We gotta work on this together as a couple.
Yes, and that's gonna be it's gonna be food for fodder. Exactly. Once it hits.
Welcome to the Podical Sons.
Welcome.
You get your shit ate like 4 times 2 over here.
And if you other women out there faking it, we don't need the names. We don't want your boyfriends are weird. Just let us know.
Yes. Let's get to the question of the week. Are you ready?
How many women out there been faking it?
Yo, to be honest,
yeah.
To be honest and stuff, I want to say I've asked a few women.
Right.
And I don't know if it's a modern woman and everything, but most of them and stuff, they're not standing for the fake ones anymore.
Nah.
They'll like just kind of let you know politely.
Yeah.
Not in a thug that way, but in a polite manner and stuff, whatever. Like, it was good.
Yeah.
But if you realize you don't get the follow-up phone calls to come back and everything like that.
Right.
Like, well, let's not waste time. Like, they're probably saying, we're not compatible.
Yeah.
Subtle shit.
Yeah.
Question of the week. Can you name an R&B artist who doesn't have a song about taking someone else's significant other?
Michael Jackson?
Now let's think about Michael Jackson's array of songs.
Yeah, I'm just because I just threw it out there with the hopes of I don't think there's one in there, but he got so much damn songs that I could be wrong. I could be wrong. And he looked like he ready to take somebody girl.
I feel like Paul McCartney. The girl is mine. The doggone girl is mine. Yo, mine. Yo.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Mike. I disrespected you. You taking people's women.
I have yet to, like, I thought about this for the longest.
Right.
And I was like, every R&B artist, man or woman,
yeah,
they're used to producing songs. I don't know, like, they call the machine, call the producers, the songwriters, or something like that.
Right.
But there's at least an artist and stuff with at least 1 or 2 songs in the repertoire.
Yeah.
About either Mr. Steal Your Girl or, like,
I'm the side woman. I'm the woman on the side.
Shanti, rock with you. Ooh, baby.
Yeah.
She's like, but I don't care if you're not just mine, long as I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's someone else's man. You wanna rock with me? Ooh, baby. And I was like, Trey Songz, Mr. Steal Your Girl. It's tons of R. Kelly songs, like Chris Brown.
Salt and pepper, I'll take your man. They straight out told you.
So I was like, is R&B the genre where you're going to take another significant other?
Is that? No, because I feel like it happens in country music too.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like it happens. Yo, country music do some wild shit. And just because we don't listen to it on a regular.
You're right.
But they say some wild shit and do some wild shit.
You're right. Because, like, I heard one country song the other day. Like, it was funny because it was a video.
Right.
And it was about, like, Legos and stuff like that, right? So I'm like, what the fuck is this? A Lego video? But then, like, the song's going on. Yeah. And it's supposed to be like, at a country concert. It's like a freaking Lego dragon and Lego, a whole bunch of other things there. Yeah. And in the song, they're saying, like, well, I had to shut up that dragon with some breath mints. So the dragon is a proverbial word for somebody with hot breath.
Right.
So I'm looking like, damn, in the track? I was like, okay, let me hear where this song is going. And then it was going up and like, a lot was happening. So you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But let's not say like, point out, the glass kettle, like, that house over here. No.
Yeah.
Let's focus on our home.
Let's focus on home.
Let's focus at home.
Focus on home.
Focus on home. You can't name one. I couldn't name one.
Like I said, I drew for Michael, but then you brought that Paul McCartney, the doggone girl's mine, and then just threw Mike back into the fold.
So, folks, listening and viewing, here my Dr. Phil hands.
Mm-hmm.
Here at the Podical Sons,
Yeah.
we are stymied and stumped.
Yeah. If you
know an R&B artist that has not made a song about snatching someone's significant other, don't hesitate to comment on this episode, email us, or even at podicalsons.com.
That's a good question, man. That's a good question. I'm almost thinking as an R&B artist, you have to have at least one of those in your repertoire.
You have to have. I feel like it's part of the machine or the formula.
You have to have like at least one of those in your repertoire.
Like I feel like every rapper right now should at least have one girl track. I want to say like a track kind of signifying to the woman.
See, and the thing about R&B is that it's all about swooning too, right? It's all about swooning too. So you're already set up to let somebody know, listen, man, I'm a smooth operator. Mm-hmm. When we think of a smooth operator, we automatically think of somebody he'll just be able to snatch anything from anybody, right?
So
and then
you already played into that.
So you're playing into that
character. Got you. What if you don't want to steal nobody? You just want somebody for your own.
Yeah, but your label gonna tell you now you need at least one Steal Your Girl track in order for you to be that swooner.
Yeah, because I like Chris Brown when it was, I don't know your name, but excuse me, miss.
Yeah.
Like, you trying to get her.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't like Chris Brown now, but I'm looking like Chris Brown, like, when you look at, the song's in my damn head. I just had it too. It's, the one with Drake.
Something Girl?
You got it, girl. You got it. That song. No guidance.
No guidance, right?
No guidance.
Right.
So like, it ain't worth it. I'm like, all right, you went back to swooning.
Yeah.
You went back to the swooning thing.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. The other tracks and stuff, whatever, about like, can't trust these hoes, they too iffy.
But we're here, right? But think about it. Do we really would we really consider a male R&B artist a male R&B artist if we think that person couldn't steal our girl from us?
You don't have to have a track about it. No, because
No, you don't have to have a track about it.
Yeah, because like, okay. So I thought the closest answer I came up with, whatever,
right,
was his name is Kem.
Okay.
And Kem had an album called Chemistry.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it was just straight swooning. And I felt like, yes, if your woman went to like a show of a Kem show and stuff like that, whatever, she might be, oh my gosh, he's so pretty, he's so great. That might come up.
Right.
I'm not knocking that.
Right.
Because the song and stuff is like, yo, if you're a single woman, this song is to you.
Yeah, yeah.
But like the other songs, I feel like, yo, if you're a woman in a relationship, whatever, and you're not having a good time, this track is for you right here. I can't help but wait.
Okay. Okay. Here's the next one. Name an R&B artist that doesn't have a Dirty Mackin song.
A Dirty Mackin?
Yeah.
Like you talking about like he's like, what do you mean by Dirty Mackin?
Like when he's saying like, yo, your man ain't no good. He this need that. Come over here to a real man.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the formula.
Yeah.
That's the form. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like that's still, they're still shaming or putting down your man.
Right.
Like even LL, like, hey love. He's like, I was laying in my coupe with my hat turned back. We call eyes from him, but that was that. And then like, he's talking about like she's going off of her man. And he's like, yo, this is more than a crush. And Boyz II Men like kind of finessed it and made it like that hit that it is.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's like, yo, like he's putting on the guy.
Yeah.
So the Dirty Mackin thing, whatever, like this is still, he's putting on the guy. He's still she still has a man.
Right.
She still has a significant other.
Right.
And he's still cutting out significant other to make sure he's getting cooch.
Right. So it's the dirty Mackin combined with the Australia girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a steal your girl because I'm dirty Mackin.
Yeah. 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 Because I remember I was listening to even I want to say in other genres, I kind of expect like in dancehall, I heard Sean Paul say he's like, my girl, you want to come call me anytime when your love life get corny. So when it gets corny, call me.
Look, come on, look at Depp's adapts.
Yeah.
Call me A.
That's it.
Hey, man, nah, fuck you good. I'm like, poor guy. It's like, and she's lying in the bed.
Actually.
Dexter?
See? Enough said. Let's get to the Axe of Sons.
All right.
First Axe of Sons comes from Jasmine. Is Scientology a cult or religion? What you got? I
got cult.
I got religion.
You got religion?
I always say cult. The difference between a cult and religion is that how many members. So if they got a lot of members,
listen,
it ain't no cult no more.
Listen, most religions start off as cults.
Yes. And then it turns into religion. Yeah. Scientology ain't no cult no more, baby.
They ain't no cult no more?
Nah, man. That's a religion. That's a religion. That's my answer, Jazz.
I stay cult. I still say cult.
You still say cult?
Yes.
But some people might even look like Christianity is a cult. And Christianity is the youngest out of the religions next to Scientology.
But that's what I'm saying. Like at one point, it was considered a cult.
Mm-hmm. One point it was. So Christianity isn't, but Scientology, after all these years, is still a cult to you.
It's still a cult.
With all the celebrities and all the backing they have, and all the people. See, Ron L. Hubbard,
and that's what I'm about to say. You see, with religion, you gotta have some sort of deity that you don't know and can't see. Cults, the main character is the person that always wants to be worshipped as the god.
Okay, so how about this? In, let's say, you know what? Let me Google it. Let me see if I don't want to wish death on nobody for you. Like, oh, Marv, all you do is wish death on people and everything. You're fucked up. Yo. L. Ron Hubbard. All right. Nope, he's dead.
He's dead.
He is dead. Right. He died January 24th, 1986.
But at one point he was alive. This is what I'm saying. Most religions, they have, it's a deity that never walked the earth, or we won't say never walked the earth, but no proof that they've ever walked the earth. Because we'll say Jesus. They say Jesus lived on the earth as a man. But we can't find no definite proof that he walked on earth.
We were in record keeping. We didn't have social media back then. If we had social media back then, look at it, that old ass bootleg monk. Yeah. Talking about like, oh, he's so old and he's moving in slow-mo. I'm like, he ain't shit compared to the ladies in like Detroit living like 120 years old drinking Dr. Pepper.
We didn't have social media back then, but there's
the record keeper.
But there's records of pharaohs and kings before that time.
Yeah, but they didn't put Jesus up properly. They just kind of buried him in the cut. See, I told you, Jesus needed a new marketing team, man. He needed a new marketing team. I've been telling y'all for the longest. I've been saying it for the longest.
Right.
But
think of everything that all the ones that we consider cults, right? The Jones. What was that?
Jonestown?
The Jonestown.
Yeah.
Right? They had a charismatic leader, right? The one with the Koresh, David Koresh.
Yeah.
That was a charismatic leader, right? We have Scientology. Ron Hubbard is the charismatic leader. What was the one that was going off in Hollywood not too long ago, where they were tattooing the women? He was tattooing them on the
Oh, I know you're talking about. Oh, I forget the name. This is with the girl from Superman.
Right.
From Smallville.
Yeah, it had some weird name. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Cult, right? So anytime that I look at a cult, I look at, okay, is there somebody who's involved that you gotta worship me?
Okay. I got you. All right. Next one is Ginger Minx 6. Why are dildos and vibrators are seen as positive toys, but fleshlights are seen as negative? That is a very valid fucking question. This is the men's rights episode. This is the men's rights episode.
This is what I said.
This isn't God's plan.
This is what I said.
This isn't God's plan. This is the men's rights episode.
Yeah.
Why do people shun a man that wants to buy like that half torso, like pussy and ass thing with the lube and the twerking cheeks?
I don't know. And I'll do you one better. Why should a woman feel offended if he got the twerk 1000 in the bed, but yet she wants him to do some dildo action with her?
Straight men have no rights.
We don't got no rights at all.
Straight men have no rights.
We ain't got no rights.
Brought toys in the mix. Done vibed here, rubbed this, this.
Yeah.
I just want to bring my fleshlight into the mix and everything like that. Make it feel like a bootleg threesome. I couldn't even say it with a straight face. I couldn't say it with a straight face.
I don't need a threesome. Just allow me to bring my fleshlight.
Allow me to bring the fleshlight in the mix.
On my twerk butt 3000. Just one of the two.
You know? Yeah. What? I just thought about that. You going down on your woman. Mm-hmm. Your dick just chilling.
Yeah, dick just chilling.
But then if you just got the fleshlight working, everybody's happy, right? Everybody happy?
You're happy.
All right. Last question comes from 1093. What's your antidote for sadness? You know what?
Yeah.
It might for me, my quick antidote for sadness is honestly social media.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, because the thing and stuff is that social media does get wild, but I use it as entertainment.
Right.
See, some people use social media as like their news or telling them how to feel and everything like that. I think the nonsense that I follow on my feeds is automatically going to put a smile on my face because I'm in charge of what I want to follow.
Right.
If I see you, like if even you, we work together, but if I see you on some straight negative nasty shit and your thing, I'm going to have a conversation with you, then be like, just don't do that shit on the podcast side. And I just might low-key unfollow you or some shit like that. Yeah, because I dictate what I want to see. So I know if I'm in extreme sadness, or my antidote for sadness is to counteract it with happiness.
Right.
And joy.
Yeah.
Enjoyment.
Yeah.
So that's me.
Mine, I actually mentioned this last week, and I won't necessarily only stop at sadness, but even if I feel like I'm not right there in a moment, I'll just jump on the computer and turn the music on, and if I'll either listen to music or I'll create. And I think when the creative side of me comes out, it brings a joy to it. So that's always my escape.
And so I always felt like that when it came to like Mary J, like those type of artists. Like, I guess Mary J, Taylor Swift, and Adele types. Like I always feel like at one point in time, that song was about sadness.
Right.
But I feel like over a period of time, that had to transition for a set person from sadness to joy.
Right.
Because I feel like I'm going down.
Yeah.
That might have been like one of like Mary J. Blige's like hits to me where I'm looking like, damn.
Listen, that My Life album.
Just going through some things.
That My Life album.
It hit different.
It hit different.
But then over a period of time, like if she went somewhere and they're like, oh my gosh, that song, whenever I go through some things, I can relate to that song and everything. That should bring you a subtle kind of joy. Yeah. And then you multiply that by like 100,000.
Listen, don't make me be in my house and hear. I'm moving, bro. I don't care what attitude I have. It's changed. Changed.
So music, social media, entertainment. Use those things. Try and use it as an antidote for sadness.
Whatever that brings a lightness to your heart or just changes your mood.
Right. Because if the sadness is dark, and there's something that's bringing you a little bit light, channel that. Stick with that. Champion that. Well said. Righty.
We here?
We here.
Listen, Power to the men liberation.
Oh, yes, most
You know what I
definitely.
mean? Free will,
Species.
Dear John, E.
Dear John, me.
And wrap it up with, men, don't be afraid to bring your fleshlight to the bedroom.
That's the Minnesota Sons.
That's going to be the sunset.
That's it. Fuck it. Fuck it.
So says the sun.
So say the sun.
So says the sun.
So say the Sons. I had more spiritual kind of mental shit. Fuck it. We'll go with that.
That was the one for today.
That one was needed
that's
for
the one
today.
For today.
That was needed for today. Yo, well, that's it.
Yes.
We don't even need to explain. The explanation's in the episode.
Yeah.
Once again, yes, please like, comment, subscribe,
All of
YouTube,
that.
subscribe,
All of that.
all the above. Once again, thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember the difference between genius and stupidity, that genius has its limits. And fleshlights don't. Peace.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.